So it's the rhetoric matches precisely that of top environmentalists who have called for the need to a world government, a planetary regime, as John Holdren termed it, to carry out this eco-fascist tyranny that they want to get in place. And the fact that Manson's rhetoric and that of his followers, of his fans, matches that, mirrors that, echoes that, is fundamentally disturbing to me. I don't care that Manson's a 75-year-old guy locked in a prison cell. Read the CNN article. He's got new followers that are on the outside preaching this message of neo-eugenics, preaching this religion of death. And it's something that's increasingly, you know, taking a stranglehold over culture. I mean, just tune into MTV. Look at the trash that's on there. Look at the music videos, Lady Gaga. We've wrote articles about this. This is the Babylon system. This is the religion of death. And I'm not on some kind of religious, righteous rant. I'm just talking about the basic fact that our moral compasses have been totally corrupted and retuned towards accepting these immoral, nihilistic traits. And I mean, overpopulation and man-made global warming ties in perfectly to that. Because it's about how humans are evil, how we need to be controlled, how we need to be sterilized, how we need to be killed to save Mother Earth. And it's a justification for tyrants to carry out whatever tyranny they wish. And now we're being bombarded with it, not only politically, but also spiritually and culturally, through MTV, through advertising, through the movies. Alex was talking about the Fox News network clip just a couple of days ago, where Fox News admitted that they work in global warming propaganda into all their sitcoms. So an open admission that they work in political propaganda, not into their news programming, but into their actual sitcoms, you know, that all the zombies watch from day to day, because they know they're not reaching as many people with the news anymore because people don't watch it. So this thing has got its tentacles deep within society, and that's why we've put it at the forefront of our agenda to expose the programs of the New World Order and how they manifest themselves in 2010. So we're going to move on to our next caller now, and it's Aaron in Nebraska. Aaron, what's on your mind today?
Hey, what's going on, Paul?
Hey.
That clip of Manson talking about one world government, I never knew about that, and that just blows my mind. I think it all comes back on a personal level about 50 million Americans not having health care and being the sickest people of all recorded time. And I got a friend, he needs a surgery to save his life, but Medicaid turned him down, and we're poverty struck over here, and we have no options. And if your audience can Google the Aaron Hansen Fund, AARONHANSEN, the Aaron Hansen Surgery Fund, I would really appreciate it. It would bring up the website. Just get back to a base level to help each other out, to beat this on a base level. It's all global, but it all comes back to a personal level.
Okay, thanks for the call. We're going to go to Chad in Arkansas. Chad, you're on the air. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say thank you very much for your topic today. It just wanted to share my reaction in that it amazes me the nature of information, and that I know about Charles Manson, but I certainly wasn't totally aware to his link to the Al Gore global warming myth. But I really feel like this discussion is the opposite of secrecy. Just in talking about these subjects in relation to the Discovery Center hostage situation, I think it just triggers a way that everybody can, after being scared to death by all this being brought into the mainstream, I think it gives us a real opportunity to acknowledge that this is not a loose bit of crackpots, but is a system that's deeply rooted into our life. And I just had a question, and it's, do you think it would be valuable if there was some kind of a meeting with people like Alex Jones and, people of differing opinions, kind of a national discussion?
It's certainly an idea. I mean, the point that Alex makes on a regular basis is that, you know, he has a national discussion with people from his studio to millions of people through the radio show and then YouTube on a daily basis. So if you're talking about getting media attention, though, through not using the same topics as Glenn Beck, but we saw the Glenn Beck function last week, then yeah, that would attract media attention. So any kind of function like that does spread the truth, but of course it's always vulnerable to infiltrators, to provocateurs, whereas if Alex is just broadcasting the truth from his own studio, then, you know, it's not vulnerable to that. So there have certainly been conferences and gatherings in the past. The Los Angeles event for 9/11 Truth. There are numerous events for 9/11 Truth coming up over the next few days in New York. So yeah, we definitely need to combine the power of the internet with the physical process of meeting each other and getting mainstream media attention via that avenue. But it's interesting what you were talking about before. Global warming itself has been completely eviscerated. I mean, since ClimateGate, the Chicago Climate Exchange, you know, for the trading of CO2 credits, owned by Al Gore and Maurice Strong and all these alarmists, has lost 2/3 of its value. The majority of Americans, the majority of people worldwide, distrust and disbelieve in man-made global warming. The carbon tax is in trouble. So it's an example of how we've eviscerated trust in their myth, and now they're having big problems implementing it. And I think that by pointing out the fact that Charlie Manson, this infamous murder mastermind, now preaches the same beliefs as Al Gore and James J. Lee, the guy who went into the building with the explosives and the guns, really underlines how much of a extremist and dangerous lie this whole man-made climate change myth has become, because people are now violently acting out in support of it. So we're going to go to our next caller, which is Baron in Canada, just before the break. Baron, go ahead.
Okay. I wanted to talk about solar flares and how Charlie Manson might have come to the point where how 2012 there is going to be a solar flare, and there's a lot of talk on like NASA, the History Channel, saying that it could wipe out all the satellites. And if there were no satellites, imagine pretty much all the generators and everything crashing. All the cities need more, like 6 more months before they can get energy back.
Okay, stay there. We'll talk about it after the break. Stay tuned. We got Bob Chapman coming up in the next hour to talk about the economy, to talk about unemployment and the double-dip recession. But at the moment, we're discussing the neo-eugenics agenda and the religion of death that we've been bathed in and indoctrinated to accept as this kind of received wisdom that overpopulation is a threat, when in fact it's a complete myth, and that we need to sterilize or in fact kill millions of people in order to save the planet from the threat of global warming. And of course we were talking about the fact that Charlie Manson now holds the same beliefs as Al Gore, who now holds the same beliefs as James J. Lee, the guy who ran into the Discovery Channel building and took hostages last week in the name of global warming. And we're going to talk to you now on the line. It's Bob in Ohio. Bob, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, what an honor, and I just praise the good Lord for people like yourself. You've done such an amazing, wonderful job. Kudos to all of it and thousands of others and names we won't go into. Non-vet, 2 tours, mid-60s, okay? When I came home, I protested the war, Vietnam War. I protested going into Iraq and how they've conducted this war. Back to Chucky Manson, we knew even back then that it was a case of demon possession on Chucky Manson, okay, that he was a psychopath from the pits of hell. So nobody did an exorcism on him, but I want to give you kudos on that, and we knew that even then, and he hasn't changed even to this day. There are things going on in this world because of a spirit of delusion and confusion and faithlessness towards God. I'm a fundamentalist, okay, and a conservative voter. It has crept in and taken over our government, okay, and with all the lies and people like Al Gore and Holdren and others, and I just want to get back to fundamentals, both in our politics, in our patriotism towards America as a country, as an individual country, and people got to get back to fundamentals and good straight thinking. I thank God for all of you guys, and praise the good Lord Jesus, and I'll let you get on to other callers. And Paul, hey, I love you guys. Hey, you've done great work for America, for people around the world, and for God and the truth. Hey, thank you for letting me get my 2 cents in, and God bless you all. Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Bob. Thanks for the kind words. And I mean, yeah, the entire drive of this religion of death that we've been talking about is to stop people from getting back to straight thinking, as you just said. I mean, we're being bombarded from every angle with either sex or death. I mean, that's what it's all about now with the modern culture and the modern media. Every single television commercial you watch, every single major movie you watch now has these messages about sex and death subliminally embedded in it. And that's not some kind of far-fetched claim. We've actually got the documents from the advertising agencies that admit to doing this. So we're being bombarded on such a massive level to accept this religion of death. And we'll be back after the break to talk about it more, also with Bob Chapman on the economy coming up. Stay tuned. This is the Alex Jones Show at prisonplanet.tv.